So first of all, I want you to make sure that you're sitting comfortably. Close your eyes, take some slow, deep breaths, and picture yourself in a calm space. I would like you to visualize your younger self. Notice their appearance, their emotions, and their energy, and greet them warmly as you would a loved child. I'd like you to ask your inner child how they feel and what they need, and silently acknowledge their emotions without judgment. For the next 60 seconds, I'd like you to speak some gentle affirmations to your inner child. Things such as you are safe, you are loved, and your feelings matter. And then for the last minute, imagine that you're in a comforting scene with your inner child, with yourself. And for the last minute, I'd like you to take some deep breaths and give your inner child a hug. And when you're ready, just open your eyes and rejoin us back in the room. So we're going to look at, as the foundation for today, reframing our thoughts. So in this workshop, we'll practice catching distortions and rewriting our own self-talk. And the intention is to shift from a harsh critic to a loving and supportive guide. So we're going to do a quick exercise. I want you to think of a recurring negative self-talk thought. We'll do it together. If we had a bigger group, then we'd split off and things, but as it's just us, think of something that you say to yourself that's negative, and that you could probably do with a hand reframing. I'll give you a minute to think of something. All right, have we all got an example? So our internal voice has a huge impact on how we feel and behave, depending on whether it's supportive, compassionate and kind, or harsh and judgmental, or even distorted. You know, a negative thought doesn't have to have any truth in it. It can be about your confidence, as we've just discussed. And thoughts are not facts. So if we reframe our thoughts, we actually change how we feel. So now I want you to just take it a little bit broader and think of a situation. I want you to have a think about your circumstance first, everybody. And while you're thinking, I'll leave these prompts up. So what evidence is there to support what you're thinking? What evidence contradicts what you're thinking? Is this always true? And what advice would you give a friend about this situation? So we can reframe as we've just done. You can change I will always fail to I made a mistake this time, but I also succeed often. Nobody likes me can become some people do, others don't. But I've got people that do care about me, so who cares about those that don't like me? This is unbearable. You can reframe to it's difficult, but I've coped before with hard things. I'll cope again. So we're just going to end the session now by going through some tools for your kit. I'm going to just go through them quite quickly, and you can have a go at them in your own time, in your own way. But everything is about having ways to help ourselves reprogram our thoughts. We don't have to sit in our thoughts. We can change them. So one way of changing them is naming and reframing. So you give your inner critic a name, such as the perfectionist or the do-gooder or whatever it is. If you've got an issue with always feeling like you need to help people, then maybe that might be the term, the do-gooder. When a negative thought arises, you can label it. So, that's the perfectionist talking again. And then you can give yourself a statement, which is, I don't have to be perfect to do my best. It's kind of detaching yourself from the thing. Visual prompts are brilliant. I'm big on visual prompts. I've got them all over my room. The girls know it. The girls have them in their room as well. So surround yourself with reminders of positivity that reinforces supportive self-talk. So I've got certificates on my walls. I've got I was given an award from my last job, and it's got the nomination from the young person, which I read often actually, because it really does make me feel good about myself. Place sticky notes, photographs, certificates, objects with inspiring words or symbols all around the place, so that you can just have a look when a negative thought arises. And then alongside a visual prompt, you can actually use visualization, and visualization goes hand in hand with meditation. So it's mentally rehearsing the success or imagining the future that you want to reinforce. Close your eyes, picture yourself handling a challenge with calm, competence or kindness, and think about the words you would tell yourself in that moment. You can take this as far as you want. So Emmanuel, who's often in the group, posted something from Kai Sanat when he did a video of himself in the future. So he did a video talking to his future self, where he's going, well done, you've got this many followers on the stream and blah blah blah. And then when he achieved all that, he watched the video back and he shared it online. So that's something I actually intend to do, because I think that's brilliant. Tool number 4, self-compassion practice. So treat yourself like we just did, as you would a friend. So instead of criticizing yourself, offer kindness and understanding. And then if you notice negative self-talk, just say, what would I say to a friend? And then speak that to yourself. Tool number 5 is mirror work. So it's the same thing. A lot of these things overlap, but you're looking in the mirror as you say the positive things. There's something, it's a bit like what we've talked about with writing things down. I see it as a spiritual practice, mirror work. And when you look in the mirror and you say something to yourself, it has a different power than kind of just sitting and saying it to yourself. So that's worth a go. Externalizing your inner voice is tool number 6. So just again, it's a bit like becoming a coach. Just imagine that your inner voice is separate to you, and then you can look at it as it's separate. Is this positive or is it critical? And then just nurture the positive voice to be your ally. So just imagine you've got an inner guide or mentor that's giving supportive advice, And when the negative thoughts appear, the supportive voice responds. Tool number 7 is anchoring to past success, which we've talked about as well. All of these things you can make as big as you want. Again, you can make posters with this. You could journal this. Journal prompts is another thing that we can go over maybe at a future date. But just reminding yourself of everything you've achieved. When self-doubt arises, think of a time where you overcame something like that or something difficult. Write it down, because that adds to the reinforcement of what you're thinking. And say to yourself, I handled that and I can handle this. And something that really helped me was there was somebody that I watched who said something about whenever you're in a difficult situation, just say to yourself, I'm here now and I got through everything else before. So why is this going to be any different to before? Affirmations. We've done a whole session on affirmations before. Positive statements that you repeat. You can do 369 method. You can have as many, affirmations as you want. You can have affirmations in regards to specific things. It might be about money. It might be about health. Affirmations are powerful. And if you combined affirmations with something like journaling, but in this instance, it's in terms of reprogramming our self-talk, it's journaling specifically for gratitude and for strength. So gratitude, I've come to learn through different spiritual guides, does put you up in that high vibrational state, because we're always in the present moment. Our signal is what it is in the present moment in this quantum reality. So if in the present moment we're grateful and we have gratitude, your vibration's high, because you're telling the universe, I have everything, thank you. So journaling is good to do in the morning. It's good as a reflective practice in the evening. And as a suggestion, you might want to list 3 things that you appreciated about yourself that day, or 3 successes that you've had during the day. Body awareness and breath. So we've had Tania do a magnificent session on breath work, which has helped me massively, and I've been using it and it's helping my healing. I had no idea how shallow my breaths were, how much oxygen I was not allowing into my body, and how much probably CO2 I was holding on to by not exhaling properly. I have felt through doing this practice since she showed us and increasing it in the last couple of weeks. I've been saying to the girls how much calmer I feel. Everything feels easy right about now because I am meditating more and doing the breath work, and I just feel different. And it's like I was saying to them, it's hard to explain, because it's like if you're dehydrated, dehydration doesn't just make your mouth feel dry and your throat feel dry. It can make you feel tired, it can make you feel hungry, it can give you a headache. So you can be feeling all this stuff, but you're not associating it with the fact that you just need to drink some water. But as soon as you drink the water, you feel better. And for me, that's what regular meditation and the breath work is doing, is that I can't explain it. I just feel more relaxed. I just feel less stressed. My mind is calmer and I feel more at peace. So physical tension or stress often fuels negative self-talk. Relaxing the body can and does calm the mind. Take slow, deep breaths and notice areas of tension. As you exhale, affirm a positive statement like I am calm and capable. And then the last one, and I will take this moment to say that I did some deep diving on ChatGPT to prepare this session today. And when the deep dive I did on meditation came up with so much that I will do another session on meditation down the line. But in essence, in summary, It can reduce your anxiety, your stress, and any depressive symptoms. It can also prevent a relapse of depression. Regular meditation, I think that is the word that needs to really go in there. Again, from the studies that I've done, the information I've found out, it is about being regular. So you need to meditate daily to really feel the effects of it. But it can improve your sleep quality and reduce chronic pain. I meditated through labour with Ome, and apparently I was the talk of the ward before I had the epidural, but I was meditating through it. It can enhance your attention, your memory, and your executive functions, and it can be good for burnout, which is common in the worlds that we live in, and substance use, alcohol, cigarettes, overeating, sugar. You know, we can name. So that's the tools that you can use and revisit and have a go at. And just to wrap it up, as you can see, and as we're doing today, this is the first of the podcasts for the wellbeing workshops, because we've been doing it. So why not separate it out and give it the proper place that it requires? And just to remind you again that next time we're gonna go deeper on the inner child work. As we started the session with, we'll do a bit more of that. So that really is it. Does anybody want to add anything? Thank you so much for your participation. I've really enjoyed it.